Alright, another game. Black this time. Well, I guess I've been black in many games in a row. I also have been white in many games in a row too. So somehow I feel like the colors are very tricky. So d4, d5, what else? Rook Fighter, India. It's played 1,000 rapid games. Alright, let's play something different. Give the Slav a break. Knight c3, knight f6. We are in the classical decline. Queen's Gambit declined. Right, so knight f3. Notice that this is not defended, so we could chop. Is that what we want to do here? Do we prepare it with a6 here? Idea a6. I mean, that's we're already almost hanging to the pawn, especially if they try to bring out the bishop there. I take here, we can't really hold on to the pawn after e4, e3 or e4. Could strike the center though. Takes e4, c5, d5. Chop. Oh, can't. Chop. Chop, 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 chop. Enough defenders, enough defenders. It's gonna be some kind of a Benoni there. Alright, we could go into some kind of Tarrasch here with c5. I've already played d6. I was gonna take, but that starts to interest me. Let's try this one instead. Often kind of invites we're happy with the isolated IQP position, isolated queen's pawn. So something like this, and eventually these guys get traded and you end up with this. Alright, so now we are in a almost symmetry here. We could keep it very symmetrical with knight c6, but we could also invite our opponent to kind of have the IQP. Since they refuse to give me one, let's give him one. I mean, of course they could have taken the knight and said no. Alright, so we don't probably want to capture instantly, because then they take here with one move. We'd like to wait until that moves. So I feel like I'm gonna bishop e7 is the move I'm gonna do. Might as well do it. I was just thinking that should I go for a pin here. Not sure it gains us anything. I feel like this is a very important bishop, and this is like an empty threat that white says you're not gonna do that trade anyways. Yeah, that is probably true. I mean, we could put it on the d6 too, but then you have to be ready to meet these challenges somehow. Or are they a threat? I don't know. Probably not. Losing my voice here. Horrible. I mean, we could prep some captures with a6. Could be handy later on, but I'd rather be developing. Knight c6 also is possible, but that always gives some options of them. White going c5 if you have the knight here. I mean that's not possible instantly, but some kind of a target for this pawn storm on the white side, or the queen side, not white side. I'll just play the normal move I was gonna play. In a blitz game I would have banked this in a heartbeat. Suddenly we are down 3 minutes for no reason at all. So white might be hinting of some kind of threats on c7. We could play now a6 and take care of that nonsense completely. Could probably castle, and then if this happens we could even play knight c6. The idea that this is not really a threat, is it? I mean, there is some chances. Also, well, the check is gonna. I just castle, yeah, whatever. Saying that this is not. Of course, this is something, but then you have to be a little careful. You can actually get out of this mess. That always blocks a6. Let's try so they away the knight. Alright, so now we got this move. Now we could capture here. Got that extra tempo there. Feel like I'm not gonna get this guy out without capturing and putting it somewhere around here. Or maybe here. So I think I'll take it. Could have played d5. Or sorry, d5 here if I play b6. Get rid of it instantly. Is that a good dealio for white? Probably no, should not be opening it at the moment. While their king is in the center. They could run into some trouble with that. Maybe. Alright, we could also put the bishop here and trade off the light squared bishops. Or put it here, it looks good here, but this is always the most MVP of white position in IQPs often, so trading that guy off would be tempting. And the only thing that's stopping me from doing it is like something chop. Or maybe queen defends the bishop and then like take, and then where are we gonna put the knight? But maybe more in a way that take, and knight jumps here. Threatening to go here and have some problems. Like I have a nice way to put the knight there and there. Sure. Then how do we cover c7 and this guy? Working the king and the queen and the bishop. Like, does that matter? I feel like it does. I mean, that would be probably okay endgame. I go just here, I think this is gonna go there. Or maybe they play something like that. Something. And eventually attacks. Like the attacks are off. But let's say here, queen even here, knight let's say comes to, I mean probably should I try to get the knight there and there. But then knight here threatens to go here. Let's claim it's fine. Let's go here. Instantly when I move I realize that he can maybe take here if I'm defending this. I think I'm fine there, but like that's one of those things that you should look at beforehand. Alright, so he does that way. This is also like I have some small problems on the light squares. Unless we could now go here and keep on the pressure here. Maybe forcing take. I guess they could play b3. My idea is that something like this, we end up in a IQP endgame. And lots of trades hopefully, but They could also maybe say play this to stop anything. I guess we could take, and then go here. The idea is to defend the knight coming out. Like, I don't want this, and then like knight here. Because the knight does very little here. Except stops this. Except it doesn't stop it. Anyways, this is hanging, so we have to do something about that. Either I defend it or not. That's deep. But if I do this, there is chances of this, that. And the queen on c8 is a little questionable if the rook comes here eventually. Maybe I could go here, but yeah, this already, yeah, the knight also kind of comes with the ideas of putting the knight to c7. I mean, no, like, I'll just chop queen c8, I think. Maybe I could even put the queen there. And of course, again, they could play b3 and try to, like, get me to take and take. Get the so-called hanging pawns. Probably could have been happened also if I did the queen c8 earlier. And they played there. Let's remove that. My opponent has still almost the same amount of time that they had at the beginning of the game. I mean, I'm probably, like, it's pretty obvious we are overthinking things here. I don't know, maybe if they don't trade, I'll even put the queen here, and hopefully be in time to play the rook c8 against anybody coming there and there. Yeah, probably. But yeah, we probably oh, that also takes care of, like, no, it does not. I was gonna say that this is a pinned pawn, but this hardly matters, right? That hardly matters. I should probably still try to stop this advance. Queen c7, queen b7. I guess we could technically go here and then do something. If they go forward, queen goes here. Still supporting here. I don't know. I like this one. Just getting out of the c file, covering this. And my ideas are somehow get this guy here. So now they're thinking about sticking that guy there. That's problematic for sure. Maybe I could play knight c6 here. Just block this and ideas to... Why not? Well, maybe go there, but also go here and here. But also maybe there and there. Options. But maybe rook c8 next. They can't really pin us, and knight c6, d5. Maybe we have knight a5. Queen can't stay here. And then we just take it and we open this up. Should be a pawn up there. What else also stops this because of takes? And if knight b5, we just probably can play rook c8. No, Knight b5 comes with maybe some ideas with this. But then maybe like a takes, I could maybe go here. Knight goes here. Queen goes here. Oh, it's a mess. Let's just go here and embrace the chaos. This is, well, I don't know if this is very typical that you have this kind of setup here, but some of these things should be obvious to me, but they are not. So my hope and dreams are that well, trying to get this, like this was a normal square, but the problem is that it doesn't really do much there. We want to be greedy and somehow get there. The a6 was probably an option. Also, it would have kind of looked at c7 too. a3, then maybe we go queen c7, the knight c7. There's some problems there. If maybe they take and they have to take this way, and again we are in a pin. I don't know if that's a closing pin or not. Well, some of those lines. I assume white is gonna do something nasty now and stop me from having all I want in life, like just blockade the isolani and then be happy about it. Like, now can I go there and stop it? Two knights, pawn, and a queen saying no. Seems like a move. Here, here. Option is also this one, adding the rook there. So queen, okay, let's calculate. Queen, knight b4. Let's say knight b5. Rook c8. Knight here. I have to probably give up the bishop. Rook here. Oh, you have to move the knight after I take there. Oh, that doesn't work at all, right? The queen, this is a fork. So here, I cannot go here because of this one. Just wins. Do I have to go somewhere like here, but then he can push this through. Or maybe I have to find something else here. Like maybe I go back then, but then the knight might go here. A knight's not really scary there. There we can probably play the rook here. Just we have to avoid that, like the not actually taking. Maybe we can pull that off. Well, you die, you die. With the idea that if this happens, I have to go here. Because there's two threats. But the rook's the bigger threat in that case, but like a knight here or the rook here. And this we have covered nicely. So it doesn't really matter if he takes, like, goes here and takes here, because I'll just take it back and we are fine. What's happening here, I don't really know, like here, here, here. Maybe I can go here. This gets messy. This blocks this, but then discoveries. Probably no discoveries there. Who knows? Alright, so they just kick my knight. And I'll go where I want to go. Let's play fast. And then we start putting our pieces in the squares we want them in. We're covering this better. Next, hopefully this and covering this better. Yeah, let's just put that there. If they take, I mean, we could take with the rook, but we could also take, no. I take with the, that was my original idea that if this happens, I'll take with the queen, but that hangs the a pawn. So I have to, oh yeah. That was fast. That looked good, but there's some problems with that. Do we have anything nasty, like some kind of justification to sacking the pawn there? I just didn't like that I have to give up the dark squared bishop there. It's probably fine. But this seems like a good piece. I mean, for the future. At the moment it's not doing much, except covering d6. H6 at some point, a6 somehow, if they don't take. Yeah, I don't think I can take with the queen and drop the pawn. The knight just comes back. Queen has no great squares. Really stupid there. Yeah, that's what I expect to happen. I mean, maybe I'm over it, like, it's probably not, doesn't matter at all that we lose that one. Their bishop is not the greatest, right? Because they have a pawn here. I mean, it can be handy defending the pawn, but it's also obstructed by the pawn. I mean, it's not even great defending the pawn. Of course, we do have this problem in often that this is very solid way to put the knights. Knight UP. Like, you're not gonna break through here, but they also are kind of superficial, superfluous. What's the word? Where they both are occupying the, like, well, this is occupying the square that's also ideal for this knight. But I'm gonna do some pawn moves if I can. Luft. But I feel like we are surviving here in a way that White didn't really get their attack going at any point. And they still have the weakness of the isolani. They haven't, for instance, used the one of the strengths of IQP is that they have this square. There's a nice outpost of them. Some, well, the knight can be really dangerous there. Yeah, who knows? Where did they lose the light square bishop? Oh yeah, I could trade it off here. Yeah, I thought that's a good idea. Of course, it made their life a little awkward. Starting to forget how the game went. That's the problem with the bad memory in chess. Magnus would probably remember this position from the Ostrovsky Nasankov 1903, where white played knight e5, sacked here and went on to win a beautiful game. I made that up, by the way. Alright, so they put the knight there, which is the IQP knight position. Are they threatening horrible things? Like we could maybe go for the bishop here. Like I said, I have a superfluous knights. I could maybe get rid of this guy. Downsides, could they play something like I don't know, queen or the rook into attack? Oh, maybe also queen here. Not only hitting the knight, but f7 too. Like instantly you start to see the power of this. Maybe they have ideas to go here. And yeah, well, sometimes there's sacks here, but since the rook's not on e-file, the sacks don't really work. Oh, also we have this blockade. I think often the queen is somehow managed to lift itself here. And the sack. Come on, you have 2 minutes. Don't think about nonsense. Here we could maybe go f5. Weakening. That seems so sus. Maybe I should just say, go away. Go away. Weakening b6 a little bit. Not a little bit, quite a lot. And suddenly this might actually become relevant, like here, here, or sorry, here, here, here. Takes b5, c4, and suddenly the pin here is relevant. I thought was not at all. Ay, just move. Can I chop? Alright. Maybe I should have chopped once first. Because now I can't chop. Maybe I'll take it anyways. I have some problems here. Maybe takes and go here. It's gonna go here anyhow. Sorry, here. But they're probably misplaying it now. Yeah, horrible time management. Horrible. I don't know, I just enjoyed thinking about the position a little too much. It's not that great. This is probably a real bad move. That fixes their IQP without letting me have the the secondary weakness, a backwards pawn here. I mean, because I feel like they can push the c4 anyways. Alright, so I'll just go here. I can't justify my plan otherwise. Somehow we play. At least we are stopping this. And if they play c4, I was thinking of just chopping and then... Well, to be honest, that's the extent of my thinking there. I can take with the queen too. Well, whatever. Like this. Is that too far? Oh, okay, I'll play here, except this might be really good. I've seen this game before. I have this one here, but they have like stuff going here and here. Not enough. If we go for this guy, on the other hand, they can play c5. Here I thought I am in time to... like take. I mean, I don't know, maybe it wins, but probably we can't take there though, right? Probably cannot take there because it just takes and the back rank dies. So let's stick this guy here. The idea to go here and here. And there's the stuff going on around here. I'm not thinking. Just trying to gain some time. Knight goes here, we can kick him off. And that's hopefully okay. Knight goes here, we can kick him off. Make a luft while doing it. And now there's two pieces hanging, or the pawns. I mean, maybe I could just take this pawn first. Because the knight's not coming here or anywhere else. And then threaten to go here. Oh, it also hits the rook nicely. Then maybe you could try to go here and try to... Okay, we have to be careful we don't take here. Even if we kick the knight and plunder the back rank. Especially if I get the bishop of the f8 and not defend it. Maybe I could go here if he tries this. Well, obviously he cannot. I don't know. Bang, 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 bang. Let's just take it bravely. My point is that if this we have... we don't have this because this freaking thing is still oh, maybe I can actually, yeah. No, I can't. That was a bad move. Rook a1. God damn it. I cannot take here and here because rook takes. And rook takes and mate. Well, oh well. Let's go there anyways. The idea that I'll go g6, make a luft. The knight's still hanging. Or not hanging, but attacked. And we are threatening to take the knight and the pawn. Is this the right square to make the luft at? I don't know. Hopefully. Like here. Here we just take. If he attacks the bishop, we just take and take. Can't defend the pawn. Can't defend the pawn. I mean, he's defending there, but yeah. I think we are fine here. And then we grind 3 versus 4. Like maybe something and then we can maybe trade 1 piece there and be fine. Alright, so here I think I can take this, right? Well, let's just take. So there is the fork here, and I think he's could be thinking of something. This is forced. Alright, so here loses to a fork, which is not good. He is threatening to go here, which is good. This spin doesn't work because of check and take my rook, which is probably a draw, but I don't know, can I go here and somehow like I mean check, you have to go something sad. Something really sad. I don't, well, I'm technically, maybe I could go here. I guess, is this possible? Because we are attacking the rook after discovery. There's no great discoveries anywhere. Like maybe here to attack the pawn, but then I go here and attack both. So I wouldn't get sidelined like this, which is really ugly. So I hope this is fine. I mean, the knight could go somewhere else. And then we have to actually grind that rook endgame if we, or even, well, can't stay there. Cannot really stay there. I could just put my rook on the 7th and have that problems on the f7 covered. Could also throw in a check, just out of spite. Why not? Let's throw in a check and then come to c7 and think about the life later on. How are we gonna actually make progress here? Alrightio. Okay, I'll go here for fun, see where this goes. Hope that it's okay to trade the bishop to a knight, which is not at all obvious that I should be doing it. Oh, yeah. All right. So is this winnable? Is this winnable? I think I'll play, no, not there, not there. Can I go g5 in hopes that we get him with the... Give him an isolated double. Guess he could play g3. Why can't you think before you move? g3. Maybe we still go here and bully him to take. Because if that g3, the king can't go to g3 to defend this twice. Here. Takes. I'll just go here, whatever. Try to force the double and make myself a passed pawn here. Maybe he pushes, then we win another pawn. This looks good. Takes, check. Then we can go here, and this is hanging, and that is hanging. Maybe here. Who knows what that is? Possible. But I wanna go here. Or here, and take. Or if takes, looks okay. Check. g4, 5 is a good move though, I think. So if I go here, it goes here, I have to defend here. Try to run e-pawn. Can I go here with idea takes, check, takes? Guess he's gonna win this by force, and I don't think I'm gonna win this. Alright, I'll go here. With the idea that if he takes here, I take this and have a passed pawn. And then we just, if he keeps white place here, I'll just push my pawn here. If here, we can go here or here, I think. And this is not a threat because we can take both ways. And if he goes here to defend this and prepares to take there. Well, then I have no idea what I'm gonna do. Could give a check. Then goes back and this is hanging again. Now we can go. We have a passed pawn there. That should be good. We have a passed pawn there. So is f5 a good move here? Who knows? That's what I'm gonna do. We have some ways to block checks from back rank or try to run the king around here. Here we could push. Okay, I'll push. The idea that if it goes there, I could also take, check. And if it checks me, I'll just try to run around again and we can defend this way and hopefully, okay, go here, threat is to go here. Guess he could go there. I mean, he has to go there, probably. Stop this. So if I go here, we get checked, and this is not clear at all. I'm not even sure this is actually theoretically winning. This is probably very hard endgame, but is it winning though? Could go here. Okay, let's just move randomly, get some time. The old Glockeroni. And maybe if it goes there, I have this road in. Maybe. I mean, thinking about these checks, the rook here might be still annoying. Maybe I should keep the rook around the e-file, looking at my pawn, and keep the king here. Probably, yeah. This push is never win if he takes here. Can't I go here? Takes my pawn. I'll take here. Is that winning enough? It's the best I can do at this moment. Check. King is cut off. Is this gonna be enough? Let's put the rook somewhere away. Then try to... Maybe, are they? No, then I push this. Is this the right way to do it? To break the pin there. Rook e1, f3, rook g1, takes. King here. King comes here and draw. So rook trades not enough. Checks from the back just improve my king. I'll just push this, right? Next we improve the king. They had to break the cut, and I think that was the moment. Or move earlier, maybe. Now it might be too late, right? I just get the Lucena eventually if he start checking me from the behind. Or maybe there too. So we're trading mate, so they have to check or move the king. Oh, it's the long range checks, right? There's still a draw. It actually might be. That might be too late because I have this move here. But there was this still a draw. Like, how bad can I know these endgames? Instead of going here. Because now it's too late. Now I definitely go there. And then block the checks from here. Also, this is fine, I think. I have to build no bridges since he let me off the hook here. Yeah, this is incredibly stupidly hard. Now I'm starting to get like 50-50 certain I'm gonna win this. There's no stalemate tricks here. That's not a stalemate. Holy moly, that was a bad juju. It was all the way here, draw. Like he has them. Think all the in these then. Or maybe still checking here and then. No, there they lose already. How do I win this? Maybe I have to now have this check and then sneak the king around here. So that's already checked too far. They have to go there, right? The idea that now they have a lot of checks. As long as the king stays close, we keep checking. The king can't sneak there anymore. Like here. And well, if the king, for instance, goes here, I think this already is the draw. But the point is just to keep checking here and here, and there's no way to hide anywhere. Oh, that also drops the pawn. But yeah, let's go here. Keep checking me. And checking me. Probably here, yeah. Otherwise I might be able to sneak behind there, but this comes with check. And then the king can go here. Now checking more is not... Okay, I guess it's still good enough. Because you can go here and hold it. Alright. Did I draw away? Or was I winning at any point here? Yeah, this was a mistake. Taking here. Let's look at afterwards though. The end game. This was all... I mean, black's better here, but computer gives 0.9. 0.12. Yeah, this would have been a horrible oof moment. I expected this to happen, but then I realized that this is maybe okay. And there's, as far as I understand, let's ask the Mr. Machine. Machine says you're completely busted now because the knight is actually trapped here. Remove the rook away. King e7. Alright, how do you actually win it though? Something like check, come here, and force the trade and take the knight. Just can't move ever. Check. Rook c3. Or maybe we win on this side and just because these guys are stuck here. Fine. Alright, so this is fine, but this apparently is just a draw. I feel like I have had very similar endgame somewhere. In a rapid game. Maybe even on one of these YouTube videos. Here I was thinking of just going for some kind of umbrella here, but there's no way it's gonna be enough. You get to the back rank, but you're probably, this is undefendable, or, well, maybe you can defend that one, but then the other one is undefendable. There's just nothing here. You threaten mate for a move, and that's it. Alright, take, fine, here, fine, because all of these apparently are draws. And I do kind of know that this is a, I mean, maybe not in every single configuration, but like two versus one, even with the passed pawn, the king is close enough behind here. Should be a draw. But I know this is practically harder. This is easier, but even that's hard, technically hard. But this is practically quite hard with the one of them being passed pawn. Loads of room for error, like in this game. Even though, like, the problem is that I can't go here without him kicking me off. And maybe even somewhere around here. Here I think he should have just kept here around. Keep the status quo. If I go here, you keep me honest with checks. This does nothing because he just takes and the king is under the pawn. Soon to Philidor it or something. Or just instantly go here and this is the easiest. Again, the king has no ways to make progress here. This was my best practical chance. At least the king is cut off. He played it a little like it's still a draw, but at least it's now you have to fight for it. Maybe is this fine enough to good idea to maybe you cannot here at this trade because takes and this now wins. You get the opposition here and breakthrough. Here you at least you cannot do the rook to g1 to break the cut and get the king involved. So you have to do something like here and then this loses the game. Oof. You lose the rook and the pawn eventually. And something like this is just not gonna cut it. Any of the moves are just letting the... Oh, not so easy. We don't get the Philidor here. And the bishop pawn is win with the rook, passive rook, so have to be careful there. Rook a7 or somewhere behind the pawn. Check. Now you have to do the hard part here. If you go here, sorry, check and go behind the pawn. Now this is not protected, the king can't go here. If they go here, we have this one. Chop, chop. And if black tries this one, then the rook swings to the long side again. So you can't really get anywhere with this. It's gonna give a lot of checks. And if you try to make room for not room, but shield from the checks. I assume we don't go back here now because even this is fine still. This again happens and it doesn't matter where the rook is. But also we could draw with the check from the side too. But yeah, it's good to know that this is also draw. Well, it makes sense if it's the rooks here and this is a draw. It should be same with the rook here. All right. Somehow I start with the end games, but yeah, I assume this is the most popular where white gets to play the fun side of the IQP. Or the worst side, I don't know. Whichever you like. And then bishop g5 or g3 or whatever. Or white black could also go for the semi-Tarrasch, of course. But now it's the different side. Also very popular. Is bishop e7 the most played move? No, bishop b4 is the most played move here. feel like the bishop is stupid here though. Just take and knight bd7. I guess so. The big boys have played this way a lot of games. Yeah, b6 is fine, or at least the bishop a6 fine. Computer approves it. Only game that has been played this way. Sophie Milliet played bishop b7, which looked okay too. The game ended in a draw. Computer likes this one more. I think it makes sense to trade the light squared off. Even though also my light squares were quite a weak after b6 and the trade. This was fine. Even queen b7 is the top move almost. It's changing a bit, but it is top move. I was just trying to get out of here and I thought this is not gonna be a problem. It did end up being a problem in the game though. But that was probably my stupidness there. Knight c6. Wants to play rook d8. Oh, knight c6 is also top. And now it says white can actually play d5. How so? I thought I can play knight a5 here. And then just take. There's no rooks here. But maybe he's saying that somehow that white just wins that back. Alright, apparently it's equal even though we're up a pawn. White has some compensation because of pressure or something. Seems fine though. This was all fine. It almost seemed logical. Here I was looking at this and then like if I take this way I lose this and the game. Well, maybe not the game, but looks not. I don't think I have any compensation for the pawn except the isolani. There's two passed pawns here now. No good. So if this happened, I have to take with the rook. And then I was like somehow scared of this for a while, but then I realized that no, this bishop is not so good. I have this still going on. We have this file. This should be really good actually, but for some reason I was so hung up of not giving this bishop up. Like my stuff is on the light squares and this is covering the dark squares. Somehow in my mind like says that this is what we should be avoiding, even though this is actually pretty good for white black, I mean, in this case. Fine. But yeah, this, well, even that's not horrible. That's apparently a little horrible. b5. So what do I do with c5? Just a random queen e4 for no reason as well. Guess we're hitting this. Oh, we get this one. There's still an isolani. Fine. I did at some point realize that this thing is a thing, but much later on. Apparently horrible. c5 instantly would have been great. We take, and then can't take here because of the back rank. Can't take there because of the pin. b5. Queen c3, apparently we're in a deep doo-doo with the pawn. Is this so bad? Like I make a luft and then try to make my own passed pawn here. Is it so bad? Apparently it is. Here we just take Queen f3. Now if we take the pawn, well, I can't take the pawn. And if we, let's say, push, rook d7, have to come here. c7, distract. Or even here, threading this. Game over. Covering this. I mean, I guess he could also promote. And just win this one. Whatever. Fine. This was apparently fine for black. Yeah, obviously I cannot take because he just takes and says checkmate in the end. But here he probably should have played something else than c3 or c6 because now there's two things hanging after this. Knight e5 apparently is the way to go. And then knight d7. I guess again the point is that we cannot take off the back because of back rank. Knight b6. Knight d7. Some kind of draw. And the a4 wins. Why? Knight here. Knight here. Or if not, here. Still work. Fine. Cool tactics, but not easy to see. Unless you have seen it. Apparently blunder. I was thinking of this at some point. But I somehow thought like I take here and then wherever the knight rook moves, I'll go either here or here to attack the knight. And then just chop, 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 chop and be happy. But I didn't really see this, that this guy covers here and the back rank becomes a problem again. Now we can't take again. Bang. This was apparently fine, but just a draw. Here we had some chances, or some advantage at least. Rook c1 and rook c4, what was supposed to be played here. Kick the knight around. Oh. Oh well. But this apparently was just drew the position away. Just a draw. They have an isolated double. I have a passed pawn here. Not enough. But yeah, this was a good move though. I missed that. Cutting my king off and the g5 in the end. Like I can't stay here. And eventually he can trade one off and then... This was just a draw until it was not. Yeah, here he has to at some point realize that he needs to check from this side. This is still fine, but now he has to go here or here, but probably here, keep the maximum distance. And the king cannot really escape. Like you can't go here and hide here. Like you'd like to shut down the door, but you can't. And that was the last check. But after this, if you try to do something like here, again, well, sorry, I went a bit too far. Just put the rook a little closer, so the idea is to block from the side. Bang, bang, bang. Wins the pawn. And then again, the rook goes somewhere else. Or let's say he goes here to break it. These are very hard draws to hold on. Or remember which of these are winning and which are not. And again, the rook goes somewhere. Start to check like crazy. And well, I think here we win the pawn instantly anyways. Except here we probably cannot take it, but keep on checking. This obviously just ends in a catastrophe again. Yeah, these are hard ones. It's not really a good move for black here. Alright, fine. But after this it's gone. He does this now, we can give the check, I assume. No. Or did I say that this point that they go here? Obviously they don't go there, they go here. Maybe I didn't say it in this position. Maybe it was here. But here we have to go now. Rook e7. And now this is not good enough anymore. So rook e1. Now the pawn gets too far. This is no longer good enough. White black's threatening to go here and promoting. Oof, not there. I don't know, go somewhere and go here. Or here and promote. Rough times. Alright, anyways, so luckily we won somehow. Not deserved. Thanks for watching, and until next time. Bye.